This is my bullish case for GameStop. I'm so surprised how people have little imagination, especially you boomers out there. Let me educate you for a moment. Let me take you on a wild ride and let me spark your imagination, just like Willy Wonka.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
The common argument is that everything's going to be online, there's going to be subscription services in the future, blah, 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 blah. So therefore, GameStop doesn't exist anymore. Oh, you don't trade in games anymore, blah, 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 blah. That is one slither. That isn't a story. That isn't a story. This is a story. Okay, I'm going to take you over to the GameStop website right now. And on here, let's take a look at right now, today in 2021, what is GameStop selling? What are they selling on there right now? They are selling, obviously, physical video games. Now, Microsoft is the best out of all the three consoles. I've got all three consoles. I've got a PlayStation 5. I've got an Xbox Series X. I've got a Series S as well. I've got a Nintendo Switch. Let me tell you from personal experience that Microsoft's online services, backwardly compatible stuff, is the best there is in the industry. Nintendo can't do it right. Sony definitely can't do it right with their smart delivery. It's such a pain. You know, I got Spider-Man Miles Morales and I had to, with the remastered, get the PlayStation 4 version of the game to upload the save file to download it on the PS5 remastered version. It was so painful to do. I had to drive over to my friend's house, get a physical disc, and then come back to my house, install it into my PS5, and then upload it, then drive all the way back to my friend's house and give it back to him. Look, it was such a pain. So first and foremost, at least this generation, Sony haven't got digital right. Nintendo don't have digital right. We don't even know if there's going to be backward compatibility with the next version of their console. The physical cartridges from Nintendo, they'll still hold value. They still hold value for resale. Even in the old model, there's still some room for used games going forward. Let's have a look at some other wares that they're selling on their website. Okay, here we go. We've got Funko Pops. Funko Pops are these cute little figures. You know, hey, guess what? Look over my shoulder. I've got Zer from Destiny, and I've got Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, I've got a collectible Master Chief helmet too, right? People love collectibles. Let's take a look at some more collectibles, shall we? Look at all these. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, are you a boomer? Are you a boomer and you buy this stuff? No. Millennials, Gen Z, all this retro stuff. There's clothing. You can buy cool t-shirts with Bowser on. Who's this? Baby Yoda? Grogu? Everybody loves this. You know, you could buy t-shirts from pop culture, right? There's more than just video games that they sell right now in the store. Hey, guess what? Collectibles, you know, you can buy Funko Pops and you can put them in cases and then you can sell them in the future. They're assets. How about Pokemon cards? Guess where you can pre-order them? GameStop! You're right! So even in today's world, GameStop has goods and services that people want to buy, either for assets in the future or just for fun. Like in that glass cabinet over there, I've got lots of video game memorabilia. I've got like classic retro. They sell retro stuff. They repair things. Okay, so that's today. Guess what? So I've been following GameStop since like October time. I've been actually trading the stock since back then, right? I've been doing put credit spreads on options chains. It wasn't very lucrative back then. It's certainly more lucrative now. Did you know that Microsoft went into partnership with GameStop for a revenue share of the digital subscriptions that the Series S has? The Series S, the brand new Xbox, the lower tier model, that doesn't have a disk drive have gone into partnership with GameStop to share revenue. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that mostly all the revenue from businesses going forward, they want you on a subscription? What does Apple want? They want you to subscribe to their fitness, their music, their TV. All of these things, they want you to subscribe for a monthly fee, so that revenue is pretty constant throughout the year. And they so happen to sell you hardware, which you can buy on a subscription basis. You can buy hardware from GameStop on a subscription basis. Let's have a look, shall we? So let's go to consoles and hardware and Xbox Series X, and look, $0 down today and $34 a month. They get a kickback every month when they sell a console this way. GameStop are even in a revenue share agreement with Microsoft for consoles that they don't even sell. That is GameStop today. How about, let's imagine GameStop in the future. Let's look at the future, shall we? Over here, we have ARK Invest's Big Ideas of 2021, where they go into lots of different areas, including virtual worlds. Virtual worlds is what on the list? Where is that on the list? That's 3 on their list. They wanted you as an investor, as someone who's interested in investments, to look at virtual worlds as number 3. Let's take a look, shall we? Number 3. Virtual worlds. Virtual worlds consist of video games, okay, augmented reality and virtual reality. They suspect, they show you the past. Premium games, AAA games that are normally about 50 to 60 bucks, was 80% of the revenue of gaming back in 2010. In 2020, it's only 25%. The rest of it is coming from in-game purchases and things like that. They go over that over the next couple of slides. AR and VR is coming to your glasses, headsets. I've been working in AR and VR on a secret project at work. It's not quite ready for the prime time yet, but when it is, it's going to be everywhere. People are going to have unobtrusive AR on their faces. There's rumors that Apple are going to have an AR headset. The cost of actually having these virtual worlds is going to decrease over time as well as computing goes up. The revenue from these virtual worlds is going to go up. Now, why is this connected to GameStop? Think of it this way. Apple, again, charges developers for having their app in the App Store. And it's not just to have it in the App Store, but they call it the Apple tax. For the revenue that's generated from the App Store, a virtual store, not a real store. There's not a storefront that Apple is like selling your product in. It's a virtual space. They're charging developers or scalping off 30% of the revenue. That can be recurring revenue and things like that. Now, think of it this way. Microsoft closed all of its retail stores. I used to go into these Microsoft retail stores at lunch just to look at the hardware and experience the products, play demos on video games, look at accessories. That's another thing that GameStop sells today is accessories. Take a look at this example. This OtterBox for mobile gaming. It looks like it's some sort of like protector for your controller. You can actually attach mobile phones to it and play games through subscription services. GameStop has already started a relationship with Microsoft that when they introduce people, or not even introduce, that they're going to have a revenue share, because they're essentially a storefront, a physical location where people can come and try out video games on the platforms and they get a cut of the share of the revenue from generating sales of hardware going forward. This is exactly the model that Apple has been ultimately successful with and generating billions of revenue. Take a look at this. Revenue from virtual worlds is going to be 400 billion by 2025. You don't think GameStop isn't going to be part of this? You don't think that? I think they are. Don't you think that Sony will want to be on even keel with Microsoft when GameStop has already got a deal? They don't want to be left behind. Sony doesn't want that. Nintendo doesn't want that. When Nintendo's services and Sony's services come up to par with Microsoft, you'll see them coming to similar revenue sharing deals that is monthly income with GameStop. Let's go to the bearish case that retail, brick and mortar retail is just going to disappear and people are just happy looking at screens at things, not looking at actual objects like these collectibles that I've got behind me here. Looking at the size of things. How about virtual reality and AR? Experiencing those devices. You can't really experience what these headsets are like unless you've got them on your face and how magical these things are. Those are going to be definite experiences that you want in a physical location. But even in the case that you think it's going to go away, GameStop has become such a name now that people will definitely want to be associated with. Companies will want to have their products at GameStop because everyone's thinking about it. Everyone's on GameStop's side right now. They were going to be blown out of existence by these hedge funds shorting them. The government shut down the economy. Then these hedge funds took advantage of that. The retailers or the gamers, the people who have fond feelings about going to the stores. I'm listening to people talk about how they used to stay outside till midnight to get the physical copy of Halo, like that, Call of Duty, and all these other games. People have got nostalgia for that. Blockbuster failed to innovate and become part of the new system. There's already signs that GameStop is evolving to the new system by this deal with Microsoft. GameStop is not Blockbuster. So it's not in the realm of So it's not out of the realm of possibility that GameStop will be revenue sharing with other hardware manufacturers. Hardware manufacturers will have to compete on price. They may sell their consoles at a loss for these subscription services. And there could be a revenue sharing model with all the hardware manufacturers, including headsets and consoles, mobile phones, and other things like that. I'm still talking about the physical location, but how about if it goes away completely? What if GameStop created a digital storefront just like Steam, just like Epic Game Store, just like Battle.net? They could create a digital storefront for selling video games like Apple, like Valve with Steam, for indie developers. They have a brand and recognition that is worth billions right now. You don't think that's got any value whatsoever? I think super smart people are getting involved with GameStop right now. They are going to make it evolve with the times, and there's already signs of that by the products that they sell today and what they could do in the future. So, what do you think? Do you agree with me that GameStop has got potential to do something with more of the console manufacturers with revenue sharing? Do you think that the collectible and the cosplayers and the people who want funny t-shirts and Funko Pops and Pokemon collector's cards that they can pre-order from nowhere else other than GameStop are going to not do that anymore? Or do you think more people will be doing that in the future? Reminiscing about things. You see people who are enthusiasts about cars talking about things. You know, these could be destinations for all sorts of people to talk about. Yet you see people who go to the store and they talk about the games, they talk about things. It's a location where people will want to meet. They'll want to look at the thing before they buy it as well. I always go into a GameStop when I'm at the mall. It's just I go to it. I have to go in and look around and browse. And I've made impulse buys. Brick and mortar retail isn't going to go anywhere. And neither is GameStop. Let me know if I've maybe changed your opinion. Or maybe try and change mine. Tell me in the comments below. I like the stock. You should like the stock. And we'll see you next time. Wait, before you go, I need you to like this video if you enjoyed it. If I've sparked any interest like you're Charlie and I'm Willy Wonka. I really need you to pump that YouTube algo so that I can go to the moon like GME. And I really appreciate that you spent all this time watching this video. Please share it with your friends who would find this interesting, and let's go to the moon.